And if you could just introduce yourself.
I play keyboards in Alice.
My name is Anna Maria, and I am the founder and vocalist in the band Bajra.
What was the initial start?
Yeah, so we all have pretty storied histories.
I was just bored during COVID. Did a little demo, put it out, and it was pretty well received by the community. And
always had a thing for horror punk and stuff.
Something that started with me and a laptop during quarantine, and just like, oh yeah, you know, all those times I said, if only I didn't have to work my job all the time, and now like I could have time to do that. Well, now this is that.
All right, and welcome back to another episode of Heartfelt News. My name is William Hamilton, the host of the show, and I have some very cool guests with me today. If y'all wouldn't mind please introducing yourself to the fine folks at home, I'd really appreciate it.
Hi, William. We're the band Pitch Black Manor. Individually, my name's Chad Pfeiffer. Josh.
I'm Josh, and I do vocals, and I've never been to a Freak Daddy party.
Hi, I'm Lyle, and I play the guitar.
Nice, nice. Well, welcome on. From what I understand, you all have some big news coming up for October specifically. So why don't we jump right into that? What's going on?
Well, we do music that's based on horror, and we say we're Halloween music for Halloween party people. And we've got an EP coming out. It's a two-song EP coming out October 4th for Bandcamp Friday. It's called The Halloween Scenes. Two great songs. We want folks to check that out.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
We got to eat too. So that's why the Wolfman picked up an extra job as a milkman, and Bella's just here for emotional support. So
that's right.
Yeah, yeah. The emotional support vampire. I love it.
That's right. He'll start with a little massage, and then the nibbles come in. It's all good.
Josh can actually take that on an airplane with him. He's got a special card.
Mm-hmm. They have to let him do it.
So let's talk about those songs. What
Sure.
are their names? And let's start with that. What are their names?
I don't know who is in what order here on the Zoom screen. The first I'll take the first one. The first one's called The Halloween Scene, and it's kind of a classic goth rock song, which is sort of the genre that we're in. We've done 3 albums now and a few EPs, but we wanted to make sure it gets something out for Halloween since that's our main deal. And this is about somebody who leaves a Halloween party, goes to a spooky house, and terrible things unfold, which is exactly what you might expect from a band called Pitch Black Manor.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And what about the second one?
I'll take that one. That one's called The Thing in the Woods, and it's really kind of a like a warning to bag snatchers at Halloween. What
it is.
If you snatch a bag at Halloween, you don't know who you might snatch it from and how long they might hold that against you. And it's kind of this whole almost like Chad had explained it as like this almost like EC Comics old school 50s 60s feel, where it's like the kid gets beat up for his candy, and that's the biggest insult that could possibly be on Halloween. So he makes a deal with like eldritch beings and then becomes the thing in the woods. And the song kind of jumps all over the place in time. So maybe the song starts out with like the being kind of talking to you as it is, and then goes forward, then it goes back, and it's got a little like kind of spooky narrator bit in the middle. Yeah, it's a good one. This one was a lot of fun to make, actually.
That sounds rad. Well, I mean, they sound like 2 very fun songs. What inspired you all to start writing them? I mean, obviously, spooky band, Halloween, like, gotta have music come out, right? But like for these 2 songs in particular, what was the inspiration that you guys were like, that's what I'm gonna do this year?
Lyle?
Well, we usually we have a lot of half-done skeletons, song outlines laying around, and we give them titles just so we could tell them apart. And sometimes those take on lives of their own. So we had 2 skeletons named the song titles, and I think Josh just ran with that for lyrics. And the way we kind of work, it starts and then it just takes off and it's done before we know it. So
Well, Chad kind of sprung these two on us, really. Let's be really honest. Is Chad likes new stuff and Lyle likes new stuff. I like the toy, and
We
I
were
like the toy.
actually in the middle of
I like
working
to
on
go
some
through
other
the old
music.
shit and go, "Hey, we never finished this," and then these guys go, "No, no, 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 check this one out,"
Yeah.
and then they'll send it to me, and I'm like, "Dude, we're gonna do these in like what 2 weeks?" Like,
Yeah,
and
these came together rather quickly.
these were bang, 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 and
Mm.
I think that was what really, that's why working with other people is a fucking rad thing sometimes, is because Chad just rattled my cage and was like, "Oh, so this is a challenge then," like
Mm.
it's almost like it becomes almost like a personal challenge at a certain point, but then it becomes cooperative because it's like, "Oh, well, I'm going to do this now," and
Yeah,
I
you
think
just
that's
commit to
part of
each
the
other's ideas and
yeah.
try and give them some lift.
Yeah, for the audience at home, and the just so the band's aware that sometimes I'll break in the middle of an interview to talk directly to the audience, and as the audience knows, very meta right now. Anyways, so when you're listening to that advice that they're giving you about how they were doing these songs, really take that to heart because sometimes those limitations, sometimes those restraints that you put on yourself help breed some of the best, most creative music you can put out. If you're thinking about jumping into songwriting, if you're thinking about doing any of this, I highly encourage you to do it. And like all the advice you've seen on the show from various artists, this is solid advice. This is advice that I've heard time and time again, whether on the show or off the show, that these kind of limitations and time limits, although they can be stressful, and I'm sure the band can attest to that sometimes, so they really do help create these spaces and this kind of motivation and energy to get something done in a creative way. And so I just thought that was really cool. I wanted to really highlight that for you all at home to just kind of like take note of. Anyways, so let's do
Can I
you all
add
have
on
any
to that?
tips? Yeah,
Kids,
yeah,
stay off
absolutely.
of drugs. Just
Yeah.
stay off the drugs, kids.
Or commit
God,
or commit to the
God.
drugs.
Or commit to the drugs.
Yeah,
You
one or
you
the
you are
other.
right on
I'm
though, and
trying.
actually that really does apply to this specific project because we were working on something else, but we
Mm,
thought, we got to have something for Halloween, and it was coming up quick. This was just, a month and a half ago maybe, and so the first song came together in 2 weeks from start to finish, just because
mm,
we set that challenge for ourselves. And I think that also the collaborative nature of it, of really committing to the group as an ensemble, that I think that there are bands out there where there'll be like a songwriter and he's got a supporting band or whatever like that. And that's fine.
mm,
Some things operate that way. But for us, what we're interested in is how can we push and pull and do it all together? What's the sound that comes together when these three people get together? That can only happen
mm,
when those three people get together. And I think that's the most interesting thing about being in a band.
mm,
Yeah, I mean, Chad challenged me even in this interview. He said, "Do this interview from the waist down."
I did.
And I said, "I'm not doing that to this guy, Chad.
Yeah.
I'm not
See,
doing it this time." But see, that's
I
the
have to accept
challenge.
that.
That's the
And
push and pull that
that's
you get.
exactly how it works. We're
That's more of
demonstrating
a
it right now.
that's a more of a
yeah.
long form thing. I think we'll be
Yeah.
better prepared next time.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah. What sorry, you guys got me dying. Where can someone interested in picking these songs up go, and when are they going to come out?
You can go to pitchblackmanor.com, which will redirect you to our Bandcamp page where you can pick them up. Pretty cheap, and it'll soon be on all the streamers. But of course, we love it if you give us a few doubloons for the time we put into it.
Yeah, probably going to be a pretty cheap release, couple bucks. I think that's a fair price. These are hot songs, and I think that you're going to find that what you get in these two songs is like it's just like the flip of a coin. You're going to listen to one, and then you're going to go, "Well, okay, all right," and then you're going to hit the other one and be like, "What the fuck?" Which is what we want, what we wanted out of this
Yeah.
release was to, kind of go two different extremes, and we definitely have them because Chad over here once again wouldn't take my advice that this was going to be a Thanksgiving song, The Thing in the Woods, and I
No.
said, "Hey, that's okay. I can go Halloween, Chad. I can do
And
it."
then did a great job.
Did. It
Unlike
did.
today in
And
the interview where he refused to go waist down.
yeah, and don't go to our GeoCities site. It's down now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. To the audience at home, we will have links to where you can go to get all that stuff down below. Thank you all so much for being on the show. To the audience at home, as always, thank you for watching and supporting us. We really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, all the YouTube things. Thank you very much. Once again, to the band, thank you. This has been short, sweet, but really fun. And I'll see you guys all later.
Thanks so much for having us, man.
Take it
Thank you.
easy.